Hello, namaste, and welcome, my friends. So, today we are going to make this simple screen where we are going to show some data in a card of a user, and we are going to create this form in React Native. Okay, so this will be the two-part videos. In the first part, in this video, we are going to design this screen, okay, and we are going to create this form, and in the next video we are going to integrate this form with our backend server, and we are going to learn how to validate it in the next part. Okay, but in this video we are going to just create this screen. Okay, so if you are ready, let's learn. Okay guys, so let's start coding, and for that I'm going to open my command line, and here we are going to get into exo folder. We don't have one, let's create one. So, and then here we are, we can say npx create expo app at latest -t for template blank. Okay, because we are not going to need the router because there is a single page application, that's why. So let's call it learn. Let's get into the folder, open our code editor, and let me open the emulator. So I will say okay, so our app is started. Now I'm going to create an src folder. Inside that I will create a components folder, and in that we are going to create our two sections of the app. The first section we are going to show the form data, and the second section will be the form. Okay, so let's name this component similar to that, like form data .js. Okay, and I will say native function component with style. Okay, and our next component will be user form.js component. Okay, let's import this quickly here. Basically, we will have form data and user form. Okay, so both the components are imported. Let's save this. Okay, so let's start with the screen. So basically, we are going to use a color which will be dark. Okay, Okay, so this is our background color, and I will remove this. Okay, so now basically let's start working with the form data first. And here, as usual, we are going to create our container. Basically, I'm not going to explain you what is style sheet and all those things because I already did that in our last video. Okay, if you have not seen those first three videos, I will recommend you to check those three videos. If you don't know the basics of React Native, then you should check that, and after that you can continue here. Else, if you want to learn more about React forms, how to create forms in React, there's the video for you. Okay, so here I will say container flex, and we have the form data all over here. Okay, but we don't want the background color. We will keep that here. Okay, I will also remove these, and I need a border width to one, border color, and I already selected a specific color for the border, which is this kind of a bluish gray. Okay, here we will have a comma. Okay, and it is covering the complete screen. Okay, so now I don't want to use this. I don't want my data or this border to be go outside the notch. Right at the top status bar, we have these battery and Wi-Fi. So what we can do, we can give some padding from top and bottom. Okay, and we will give that to our app screen. We can say padding vertical because we want to give some padding from top and bottom. So if I say save, you can see we are getting that padding. Okay, but now we exactly don't know how much padding we need because for this phone the notch is here. For some other phone it could be somewhere else. Okay, means some could be small or some could be large, so we don't know about that, right? So we are going to use a special package provided by Expo, and that is called constants. So these are the constants, okay, which we can get from Expo constant package. Okay, and these constant can give us the status bar height. So here I can say const status bar height equals to const dot status bar height. Okay, and we can directly give it here. Okay, and save it. Now you can see our border is below the notch. Okay, so that's done. Now I also want some padding from left and right. So certainly I'm going to give a padding horizontal, which will be 16, and there's enough. Okay, so I'm giving it to the parent component. So this padding will be available for the complete screen. So whatever components we are going to bring here, it will be automatically applicable to that. Okay, so let's go back to our form data, and here I want some radius in our border. So I can say border radius to 6. Let's see how it looks. It's too small, I guess, for this big box. So this perfect. And I will remove the F1 flex 1 because I just want it to be have enough space that it can accommodate its data which it is showing. Okay, so I will give some padding from the box, and it will be a padding 8. I also like to give a background color. Background color to be this. Okay, so now as per style, we have two sections. One is the upper header section where we are going to show the image and the username with title, right? And after that, we have the area where we are going to show the content and the links. Okay, so I'm going to use view over here, and let's give this the styles dot header, and here header. So we want our header to have an image. Okay, and image will take a source, and this source currently come from, let's see what the session is giving. So let's save this. Okay, image is not imported. Let's import it quickly, and we are getting nothing because we don't have any height and width for the image. So quickly give that. So after header, we can give image and height to be, I think, 80 or 100. Let's try with 100. Width 100, border radius, background, everything is given, but I think let's go with this and see. You can't see any image over here, so I'm not certain about the link which is suggested by the AI. So let's find this. Let's find the image into star. We can go here, and let's try this. Have some specific, can use that. Here we go. We want the border width to be 4, I guess. Let's see. It's good enough. I want image to be 80. Save this. Yeah, that is also fine. So this header will also have text, which will have a username, right? And it's also have a job title, and we have a text here, member of code club. Okay, now I want this text to be on the right hand side. Okay, and how we can do that is by giving some styles to the header section. Okay, here we can say flex direction to be row. Okay, now it is in the row because we have 4 components. That's why it bring every component in a row. So we have to have only 2 components, and for that we can use a view. So basically, as I told you, view is kind of a dev. So if you have used HTML, then you know what is dev, and that is how we should do it. Okay, now you can see my code is not getting formatted properly, so we can use a prettier.json file over here. Let me create that. Here rc.json, and I already have some configuration for that. I always use this. So that is much better. Now if I say save, it is properly formatted. Okay. Next up, we want some spacing between. So I can use gap to be 8. So there is a gap between that. Now our username, title, and member of code club is going little bit on the upside, and we want it to be center here. Okay. So for that we can use align items to be center. Okay. That's much better. After that, we will have a paragraph, and that paragraph have some lorem. Okay. So I need to bring this out of the header. So we will have one more view here, and we will call it content. Here we can say styles equals to content. Okay. After that, we have few links, right? And those links will be icons with text. Okay. So again, I will create a view, and for icon, as usual, we are going to use expo icons, and my favorite ones are feather icon. And here we can say LinkedIn. Let's copy this and bring it here. Don't need this. So for now, let's remove that. After that, we can copy this, and we want this icon to be here. And after that, we will have a text. For now, it will be text. Later, we are going to use a link component provided by Expo, which can open the outside link in a browser basically. Okay, and here I will say linkedin.com/ the name. Okay, and now we will repeat this, and here it will be GitHub. And after that, if user have its own personal website, okay, and here we just have to change the name. So basically, Feather GitHub will have a GitHub icon. After that, we have globe for the website. Okay, and let's make these icon little smaller. I think 18 will be fine. So let's see. Yes, that's perfect. And for now, we will keep it like this. Okay. As we are repeating this code again and again, so this is a candidate for a component. So what I will do, I will copy this, and here I will create new component called external links.js. Okay, into functional. Okay, and here I will replace this with this, and we are going to accept the icon name, and we are going to need the link. Okay, so basically here we are going to replace that with icon, and this will be replaced by the link, right? Now let's copy this quickly and go back to form data, and here we can remove this And now we can import our component. Okay, external. I imported the component by control space and enter, so it imports automatically. Okay, so I will make a space over here. So right now we don't need this over here, and we are going to need that here. Okay, external links will have icon equals to LinkedIn and link equals to pin.com. Okay, and if I duplicate this 3 times and GitHub, github.com, and this is globe, right? Site.com. Save this. Okay, there is some error, saying some error. So where is the? I think this is remaining. Now we have the same output. Okay. Now quickly style these also. So style equals to username, and let's copy this. This is not bad for a suggestion. Let's see how it's look. I want this to be 400. Now this is better. And I think let's try 18. And let's give this the font color this, and let's see. Yeah, it's fine. After that, we have title. Style equals to title. Let's copy this. Says number. Okay. I want title to be little smaller than this. So let's go with FFF. Let's make it white. Or let's show the title, show the name with FFF. Okay, and title with this 14, and font style will be italic. Okay, and for member, we will say not italic, and 400. Go with this, I think 12. Let's keep it 12 as well. Okay, now this is looking fine. I think our border is too thick for the image, right? So let's try 3. Yeah, that's fine. And also our border width is too thin for the this one. So let's make it 3 as well and see. Yeah, it's looking better, I guess. Now we have our text, and here I will give dot. So basically it will be user's bio. So bio, size will be 14. Just spacing will be 1. It's too much, I guess. 0.6. And let's give some spacing. Let's give some margin bottom or margin vertical 8, so it will get some space from up and down. Okay, there will be some breathing space for it. And also we need the color. Let's keep it this or white, which is looking better. I think this one white is too heavy on eyes. Now let's give some styles to our external links. And here, first of all, I like to change the color of the icon. Here we go. Okay, and let's style equals to dot container as usual. In the bottom, say container, and next sometimes too much session was really annoying. Okay, and now we will have some gap. So I will say gap 8. Okay, and we will need some spacing between each line. So I will say margin vertical to be 4. There we go. It is looking better, right? And let's give the link some style. Styles equals to styles dot link, right, link, and let's say font size first as 12. Font color, we I think let's keep it white. Okay, there is some problem. What is the problem? Font size and shadow. Font size. Okay, it should be when it is number. It should not be a string. It should be number. Okay, let's reload. Don't know what happened. Sometime it is annoying. It's don't reload after the error. So we have to connect it manually. Okay. Okay. It is not font color, it is COLOR color. And here we go. And let's give some latest spacing 0.4. Now it's looking better. I think we should give some more spacing between because those links will be clickable, right? So we need some spacing between those. So user can use its finger to click the links. Okay. So what do you think? I guess this user card is good enough. Let's move to the form now. Okay, here's the form. Let's bring this here. And now let's start with our container. Ah, style equals to styles dot container. Okay, and container will have um, again we don't need anything, just some border width 3, border color to be, yeah, I think this is fine. And now we need some spacing between. And before that, let's give, say, border radius 10 and Okay, and some padding. And always remember padding is from inside. So we get the padding. Now we need some margin from top and bottom as well. So let's give some margin, which will be 16. Out, it's too much. Uh, I think we'll give margin equal 8 or 16. Now let's start our form with the title. Form title will be enter your details. Okay, and let's style this. Okay, just too large. That's 18, and use the same color and keep it on the left. Okay, and want bold. Let's say medium. Okay, let's make it 16, and also let me bump up the font size. Okay, that's better. Now we need to add the text input. So we'll take it from here. Text input. Okay, and side view, because we will need a label as well. Text, and we have a label called username, and then we'll have the text input, just saying input. Let's quickly create some style, because if I save like this without giving any style, you can see the label which is here. Okay, username, but you can't see the text input. But if we click over here, you can see this keyboard came up, and also if you want, we can type something over here, right? That means this component doesn't come with any styles. We have to provide the border and how it should look. Okay, and I will start with the border width to be 1. Okay, and let's take this session over here, which is giving the border color. Border radius is too much, so let's keep it 4. We will have some padding, and margin vertical is 16 is too much again, so let's go with 4. Width is 100% and height is 40. So let's try this and see. If I say save, you can see our text input is showing now. I also like to give a background color, and I want to use this background color. Okay, so I will go over here and grab this color from here and put it here. Let's see, now it is looking Good. Let's give the border width to 2 and save this. Now we'll have a good border width over here. So input text by default takes placeholder, okay, where we can write something like enter your username, okay, like this. And I also like to give some style to the cursor. So I will say cursor color to be, let's use the green which we are using for the links. Okay, that's green. And I will give it here with the hash. Okay, and the placeholder text, we have placeholder text color. Okay, and I want it to be, now it is looking fine, or a little bit more lighter. Okay, so if we are using the padding, I think we don't have to give any height to it. Okay, so if you have some height in your mind which you want to give, you can use that, or padding is fine. So if I say 6 and save this, this is better. Okay, width also, it's going to take the width by default to the full. That's why we don't have to give the width as well. Now let's give some style to the label. Label size to be 14, color, and we don't need any spacing. I think the spacing is fine. Let me apply this style here. Style equals to dot input label, and let's see. Okay, so this is fine. We can use little small labels like this. Also, if we try to write, you can see the font color is little black. So I like to give the color to this one, I think. Okay, now if we write this, sorry, if we write, we have this color, which is perfect, or we can say white, different from the border and this color. Okay, so Himanshu is fine. I need some padding vertical to be 6, but padding horizontal to be maybe 16. Okay, let's see. Let's type this. Okay, this is better. Or let's give it 14. Okay, for now I think it's look better. Let's go. So now you can see as we have this text input which will be repeated multiple times, and again this is a candidate to become a component. Okay, so I will create text input.js here. Okay, and I will just paste it here. Let's grab the style as well. Cut it here. Okay, let's quickly go over here and let's remove this and bring the text input from text input component. Okay. Okay, so there is some problem. Import text input, because we are also importing text input from React Native. So let me remove that. And now still we are not able to see the text input. So let's see text input. Then we are exporting it. Totally fine. Everything looks good. Then what is the problem? Okay, I forgot to import this text input from here, and as it is going to give the problem because our component name and the core component name is same, so I will say as input. Let's call this as input, so we will use this as input. Save this, and now if I go back over here and see what is the problem, dot slash text input, and save this, and let's try to reload it. Sometimes this gets stuck, and here we go. Okay, so this is fine. Let's go to text input and let's provide some style to the container. Styles dot container for this particular component. Okay, each top element we give the style with container, right? So let's give some top and bottom margin. For that we can use vertical, and 16 is a lot, so let's use 8, and now this is fine. Okay, now the things which we are going to need is going to be label, definitely. So I will put it over here as a prop. Okay, and then we'll need a placeholder, so I will say placeholder, and let's put it here inside curly braces. Okay, and for now let's try to give the props. Label equals to, let's say it's a name, and placeholder equals to enter your username. Okay, and now can we have username, then we have title, enter your job title. Okay, then we have bio, enter your, so this, enter your bio. Okay, so title and then bio. Okay, there's a lot of space between, so let's go back to text component, and here we can make it 4. Now we want our remaining props to be received, because in React Native, to make this text input in a text area, we have to use some prop, okay, like multi-line true and number of lines, how many lines to give, like that. Okay, so what we can do, suppose we don't know what are the props we are going to receive, so we can do like this, like dot dot dot, destructuring all the props whatever other than these two we are receive, and then we can say dot 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 props. Okay, and save this. Now we want to make this a text area, so we will say multi-line and to be true. Okay, in React Native or React, if this true, we just have to say multi-line. It automatically get it that this need to be applied as a true. Okay, and if you want to say false, then you have to write it down. But for now, as we want this to be true, so we will say like this, and then numbers of lines equals to, and here we have to give how big this box should be looks. So I will say 4. Okay, now you can see this becomes a text area. Okay, now we can write. So right now it is hiding behind this. So we will do something about that as well. Okay, and I'm going to show you that. For now, let's keep it as it is. Next up, we have some links, right? So we will say 3 links, and the label will be LinkedIn, GitHub, and site. Enter your LinkedIn, okay? Enter your GitHub and enter your site. Okay. Now we have this and we are not able to scroll this up and down. So what we are going to do is we'll quickly go to our app.js, and here we will let's change this to scroll view. Okay. And if I save this now, I forgot to import that. So like let's quickly import it. Now scrollable, but you can see this, but it is not moving. So what we can do is we can remove this, try to give some padding to this. So let's say padding bottom to 32. Now it is moving, right? Okay, so the last component, you have to give some padding, extra padding to that. So it's going to move. So I think let's give 100 because we are going to add some more. Rather than padding, let's try margin. Okay, now it's fine. Cool. Next, let's add a button. And for button, we are going to use pressable. And here it's suggesting this. So let's use this. Forgot to import the pressable from React Native. It's imported, save. And now you can see we have our button over here without any styles. So quickly provide a style equals to styles dot button. Let's give button a style, and it is giving us some suggestions, but I like to use this for buttons. Okay, so let's save this. Now this is looking like a button. Save button over here. Button text. Let's copy this, and we are going to this. Let's save. Okay. And I want the padding to be 16. Okay. So it's too huge. So let's say 12. Now it is fine. Okay. And I think before this, we also need one more button. Okay. And this button will be image button because we want to pick the image for our avatar, right? So let's say image button and let's keep the text as it is, but this image button will be a little bit different with the style. Let's use the same attributes only rather than this. We will save like this. Okay, and we will have a order width 3 color with this. Okay, here we will say load and our form is looking fine. I think our button is looking a little bit bulky. So let's change this to 8 and this is to 8 and let's see. Yeah, it is looking fine now. Okay. Okay, guys. So that's it for today. We designed the layout and it's quite simple, but I want to show you how to create forms, and that's why I have created this video. And in the next video, what we are going to do is we'll allow we will allow user to fill this form and upload the image and submit. And once it is submitted, we are going to submit it on a backend server. Again, it will be a mock API server, and we are going to update this data completely from the backend server. We will fetch that data the same time and going to show that data over here. Okay, so that is the simple goal of the application. But the things which we are going to learn are is how to create a form, how to submit the form to the server, and how to validate a form. That part is also important and it is a bit complicated. Okay, many times we are not able to do it properly on our production application. I'm going to show you the right way or the best way because I feel that the package we are going to use is an awesome package for validation, which is React Form Hooks. So stay tuned for that. We are going to learn React Form Hooks in the next video. So I'm going to show you the both way, the normal way, how to submit the data and validate the data without using any packages, and you can see the complication, how much code we have to write for simple errors which we need to show. And after that, when we will switch to React Form Hooks, how easy it is to create our forms and validate our forms using React Form Hooks. Okay, so we are going to see that in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Take care.